Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, everyone. This is your brother in Islam, نديم here. Brothers and sisters, this is a special edition of the show, although all editions of our show are special, mashallah. Don't know if those people who tuned in last week, Brother Imran and Salahuddin, they mentioned that we're going to talk about initiation, but bit more, dynamism, with a bit more practical activities. So this is a practical examples of initiation. So before we get into this really important subject, and before I introduce the subject, and I'll give you a little story, brothers and sisters, I need you to share this video right now. We need to get as many people as tuning as possible around the world, in the UK, around the world, so they can also benefit from this, inshallah. So brothers and sisters, whoever's watching this right now, whoever's logging in right now, whoever's clicked on the watching live now, start sharing this, inshallah. Let's get a good, decent amount, maybe 50 to start off with, and then we can go straight into the show, inshallah, brothers and sisters. So hopefully the brothers can tell me how we're doing in terms of viewers. Brothers, how many got? We got quite a few? 5, okay. So those 5 of you who've tuned in, 10 mashallah now, alhamdulillah, excellent. The 10 of you, start sharing this. And not just Facebook sharing, those who are tuning in right now on Facebook. If you have Twitter, you can tweet this right now. If you have Instagram, why don't you make a little picture, a little post, and share this on Instagram. If you have Pinterest, you have Snapchat, if you have, you've got a mobile phone, you've got credits, you've got balance, yeah. Check your balance, or just call people, SMS friends, SMS family members, even, make some calls, inshallah, because this video and these videos, these Facebook live shows, are very beneficial. This is, subhanAllah, this is something which is, the brothers who mashallah put this together, they work very hard for the sake of Allah. They put these programs together only for your benefit, only for the sake of da'wah, only to uphold the word of Allah. That's the whole point of these shows. So we need as many of you, brothers and sisters, not just a few of you, not just 5, 10, 15, 20. We need, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, thousands of you to tune in, inshallah. So when we get to a decent amount, we can start, inshallah, the show, maybe in a few seconds. So we will, just to tell you, brothers and sisters who are watching right now, we will go through initiation. We will hopefully give some practical examples of initiation. We will talk about what is initiation, because maybe you've heard this word, but you don't know what it is. And then also, maybe towards the second part of the show, we will introduce GORAP, which is a very classical method of IRA's method of giving dawah. It's something which has worked, mashallah. It's been, mashallah, the scholars and the dua experience, the dua that put this together. And we'll just do a very cursory look at it, a very brief introduction with my brothers Salahuddin and other brothers, inshallah, as well. So yeah, any minute now, we're going to start the show. I hope you're all excited, pumped up, taking notes. That's the other thing, brothers and sisters. As someone who's kind of meddled with English language teaching, I have that teacher in me. I always encourage notes. Now, there's some people who say, I can do mountain notes. Yeah, okay. Can't pull that one with me. Brothers and sisters, take notes, inshallah. If not the old school pen and paper, phone, notebook, or laptop, or iPad, whatever, take notes. It's very important, inshallah. And then the other thing is, maybe I'll repeat this, is when you do take these notes, you need to actually implement this in your lives, in your dawah. And these kind of initiation techniques, although most of it is to do with street dawah, you can actually use it in other parts. For example, in the university campuses, in a dawah stall, in many other ways, inshallah. And one of the main features of initiation, or these tips, is to give you confidence. To give you confidence to talk about Islam in a very confident manner, in a very passionate manner. So that's the aim. So I think maybe I should get into this, inshallah. Any second now, any minute now. Or shall we wait to get to 100? Inshallah. So those of you watching, have you just last time? Before I continue, I just want to say a couple of things, brothers and sisters. One last time, and this may come as annoying. Share this, again, just repeat for those who are tuning in now. Share this on your Facebook timelines, share this on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share it on Snapchat, call people, give people SMS, like, you can say, excuse me, brothers and sisters, or mate, tune into ira.org or facebook.com, ira.org right now, that kind of thing. Give it a bit of urgency. Make them curious, inshallah. So they can come in and tune in and watch this and benefit, inshallah. So also, brothers and sisters, This is our, I think, 5th show, I believe, or 4th show. In the previous shows, we've covered, for example, last week we covered an introduction to initiation. I think Brother Imran and Salahuddin spoke about that. Before that, we discussed manners, the characteristics of the caller, because one of the biggest things we're representing the prophetic mission. This is very important, and we're representing the sunnah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which means when we're out there giving dawah at all times, especially with non-Muslims, we have to uphold the sunnah, the high standards. And one of the high standards is adab, is manners. That is it. That half of the dawah, you could say, is manners, subhanAllah. So if you're speaking in and for those of you maybe who understand Urdu, just a quick thing on Urdu, one of the du'at says that if you want to invite someone to dinner, in fact I could say in English actually, if you don't invite someone to dinner, dawah, you don't slap them and say, do you want to come around at 7 p.m? He says that's the whole point. You don't give them a slap and then invite them. No, you win them over with the beautiful manners. You be nice to them. You speak humbly. You speak softly. You're here to win their hearts, not their arguments. So, brothers and sisters, I think we'll get into it, inshallah, into this show. So, those of you who've just tuned in, today's show, Ayra Dawah show, Ayra live Dawah show, is about initiation. Brothers and sisters, if you don't understand what initiation means, the way I see this, one of the biggest, you could say, downfalls of da'is, and mashallah, first of all, I want to say, may Allah accept the efforts of everyone, because you're all doing it for the sake of Allah. But we're people of excellence, we're people of ihsan. Whenever we do anything, whether seeking knowledge or whether it's ibadah, even when it's giving da'wah, we should do it with the best of means, inshallah. And so if we believe in amongst the people of du'at, the experienced da'is, the ulama, we believe that initiating the conversation, or initiating the da'wah conversation is as important as the conversation itself. Because if you don't have certain, I want to give you some tips, inshallah. And if you adopt these tips and techniques in your da'wah, inshallah, what will happen? Your conversations, when you're speaking to someone, it'll be much more comfortable. There'll be a comfort, there'll be warmth in the conversation. The person you speak to will speak to you with a bit more awareness, because you're trying to win their heart. That's the whole point. People are judging you. Like I said, a lot of this is going to be pointed at street da'wah all around the world, whether it's London, Leicester Square, whether it's up and down the country, in the UK, and the USA, Australia, and other countries. In the street situation, a lot of these techniques offer that. For example, giving a leaflet in the streets. But you can also take away these techniques in other parts, in other parts of your life as well. So that's why what we mean by initiating a conversation, and a lot of it is going to be based upon humor, a lot of it is based upon confidence, and that kind of thing. So brothers and sisters, a quick story. There's a rumor going that my nickname is called Master Stopper. It sounds very arrogant, it sounds very bold, and the reason why some people have given me this nickname, because I believe, and this may come across very bold, but again, remember, as in Islam, as Muslims, we should always be humble. Humility is a part of our deen. But when it comes to da'wah, when it comes out there, when we're speaking to people and carrying Islam, it should be done with confidence and full of boldness and passionate, and be proud of your tradition. So I believe, and this is you can say like a dare to the world, I believe as someone who can be in the streets of London, Leicester Square, other parts of London, it could be Ilford, could be East Ham, could be Ealing Broadway, it could be wherever there's a street situation, wherever there's a crowded place, I believe as someone, as a master stopper, I can actually stop anyone I want to at any time. I've got no issues with someone. Especially in London, especially those big cities like Melbourne and New York City and Washington, where the crowds are, it's a very busy place. There's hundreds of people a second going past you as a da'i. You're in there, you want to speak to them. So I believe that I can actually stop anybody anywhere. So and this nickname came from when I used to fundraise in the charity in central London. And central London is regarded as a very busy place. In fact, even amongst the world of fundraising, and when we used to compete with other teams around the world, New York and Melbourne and other cities and Europe, they said that central London is the most difficult place to stop people. It's like almost impossible. But alhamdulillah, when I used to fundraise through certain techniques, through certain skills, I had no issue. I actually enjoy it. I actually revel in the situation. And alhamdulillah, by the mercy of Allah, by the fadl of Allah, those skills that I picked up, alhamdulillah, I want to contribute to the da'wah. I want to pass on these skills and ideas, and so you can benefit only to uphold the name of Allah. Make Allah's name the highest in the land. That's the whole point, inshallah. And may Allah accept this effort. So brothers and sisters, there's various stages we're going to go to. But before that, just a quick reminder, those of you who are tuning in right now, today's IRA Live Dawah show is about initiation and a bit about Grow Up later on, inshallah. I'm just going to start some topics on initiation. I just spoke about why I'm called the Master Stopper. And if you're confused, what does this Master Stopper mean? It means, basically, I believe, and inshallah some of you guys, because I'm sure many brothers and sisters are far more confident than me, far more expressive than me, far more dynamic than me. Younger, mashallah, I'm an old guy now. They can maybe take this on and become the next best Master Stopper, which means you can stop any person on the streets anytime you want to. Okay? So this is the show today, inshallah. So bismillah, let's get into it then. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you 3 things today. Because this is a whole subject. Before I do get into that as well, I do want to say these are just ideas, they're just tips and suggestions. They're not written in stone. Basically, I want you to take the idea and use it as much as possible, as much as it suits your personality, because we don't want to be completely fake either. So this is my style, it works, but hopefully this will make you think of thinking outside the box. So when you're on the streets, when you're giving dawah on the dawah stall or giving out flyers, hopefully you can adopt some of these styles and build upon it. That's the whole point, inshallah. If you could take anything away, that's the main message of today's show, inshallah. So we will talk about really quickly how to give out flyer, because one of the mainstays of dawah is flyer distribution or leaflet distribution. The other part will be about how to stop people. So I'll give you some ideas to stop people in the streets, because some people, they struggle in a crowded place to try and stop people, or they stop the wrong people. So sometimes you want to chat to a particular person, but you don't know how to stop them, and they always walk away with you. And what that does, for a lot of people who, lack of ilm or whatever, they get demotivated and they leave the dawah. But we want you to continue dawah, because one of, as the prophetic hadith goes, one of the best deeds is the deeds that are continuous. So that's the other thing. So we'll discuss how to give a flyer out. We'll discuss also how to stop people, and also just some lines, the third part, the do's and don'ts of how to start a conversation, inshallah. So, bismillah, for that I'm going to read a prop, and this is where I welcome brother Salahuddin, mashallah, who's looking very smart and slick today, and he will enter the frame any minute now.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi. Welcome to the show, bro.
Jazakallah khairan.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling excited, actually. I'm really excited about what you're talking about.
Okay, mashallah.
Because, being involved in the dawah, the hardest thing that I find, and, when I speak to du'at, is how do you stop people? How do you engage in conversation?
Yeah. Yep.
So I was just sitting there and I heard this story about you're the master stopper.
Yes, I know. Very arrogant, I know, sorry.
No, it's good, I know, because you have some really good techniques. I'm really excited to learn about these techniques. And
some of these we used in the last campaign, Jesus campaign, I think
Absolutely.
in World WDM last year, World Dawah Mission.
World Dawah Mission, the recent Easter campaign, and they worked really well, right? And we're going to be sharing some.
You're probably observing from a distance, what's this guy doing? Okay.
No, I myself used to, this was really good.
Alhamdulillah, okay.
So, where do we begin?
So, brothers, what I'm going to do, the first part, and we're going to do something which is the do's and don'ts of flyer distribution.
Right.
Now, brothers and sisters, you may have seen this, or maybe this is something you've done, and this is something which we've done as well, is that when we're giving out a flyer, we do it with such, there's some things to do which puts you off the dawah, and actually puts other people off the dawah as well, and people who are watching, and people who are going past. So, one thing we're going to do is the don'ts of flyer distribution.
Okay, yep.
So 2-3 don'ts. So one of the things is, so for example, I'm on the street,
yes,
and you're going towards me, although you can't just take a couple of steps. Okay. This is one thing you don't do.
Right.
And so maybe show you again. So if you step back.
That again.
So what I'm doing there is basically I'm slouching.
Right.
Yeah, I'm slouching. That's a slouch now. So I'm giving it. The shoulders are dropped.
Okay.
Yeah, the legs are dropped. You look weak. There's no presence. That's the brothers and sisters, don't do that that's what you don't do when you give out a flyer. Number 2, this is the other thing brothers and sisters do. Maybe we can, you can guess what I'm doing here. Okay. So this is the second one. So take a leaflet. Thank you. And what's my facial expression?
Yeah, you look very negative.
Yeah, very grumpy.
Yes, very grumpy.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, do not be grumpy in the streets. Yeah, remember. So we're going to go with the going with the don'ts, and then we'll do the do's in a minute, inshallah. Fine. Okay, so that's it. So don't be grumpy. Don't slouch. Don't have a negative body language.
Right.
And the third one was this is the most important thing, is so maybe this is more me talking. I don't know if I can give a practical example. Maybe I can if I think of something. But one of the things is, is a da'i, when he's given dawah, calling to Allah on the streets of London or a busy place, he should own that piece of land he's standing on. Now, the psychology, and this basically what the whole point is, in, for example, Leicester Square, and you've seen this as well, bro, yeah?
Yes.
In Leicester Square, bro, the people are walking past. You could say they're going on a date, maybe. It's a very famous dating area. They're going for gambling, going to watch a movie.
Right.
Are people finishing work or going home, going out to get some food?
Yes.
That's the kind of area Leicester Square is, right?
So
so that's what they're there for. What are we there for?
Dawah.
We're giving dawah, yeah?
Yes.
In other words, we're here to call to Allah,
Yes.
which means we have more right to be present in that piece of land on the streets than them. Let that sink in. Meaning the whole point is, the reason why I'm telling you this is when you're out in the streets, you should be confident, you should be chest out, you should be bold. You should be like, what if I barge into someone? Or, I'm in their way. That's what brothers and sisters think. Do not think this. Like, I might come in their way, I might obstruct them, they might think bad of me, they might negative of me. Brothers and sisters, this is why I'm telling you this. You own the land. You're here for Allah, they're here for their nafs.
Wow, that's profound.
That's
and you know what? From my experience, when people first start getting involved in the dawah, they tend to have this sort of quality. It's very apologetic. They're sorry being there. They don't get involved in someone's way when they're walking, so they're not confident. And it's almost like it's a battle of wills out there, right?
Yeah.
This person's going to do something, whatever it may be, and you're there, but because you're weak in your stance, or maybe you've got a negative expression, right? It doesn't come across good, and so people just ignore you.
Exactly, yeah. So these are the don'ts. Right. Don't be grumpy. Don't be, don't slump and look negative body language, and don't think that you're obstructing. Before we go to the do's of how to give out a flyer, just a quick reminder, Salahuddin, why are we doing this show? For those who tuned in.
So today's show, we're talking about initiation. We're talking about how to initiate. We're going to be talking about the go-wrap later, the IRA's sort of classical methodology, inshallah. So this is what we're talking about. So, I've joined the show just now. I know you introduced it. So if you've just joined the show, make sure that you share the video right now. Go and click that button at the bottom where it says invite, because you'll have access to all your friends. Invite every single one of them so that they can benefit from the show. Remember, dawah is all about going out there, inviting people, like you said, in a nice, friendly, warm manner. And one of the ways that you sort of invite is to initiate. And that's probably one of the hardest things, right? When it comes to that, how do you initiate a conversation? How do you start a conversation? How do you call to Allah? So, alhamdulillah, you're going to be giving some good do's and some good examples.
Inshallah. So those are the don'ts of giving a flyer distribution. Some of the do's. So what I will, some of the do's is basically, you always have to smile. Give me a smile, bro. Yeah. That's a good smile, mashallah. Brothers, what do you think? Good smile, yeah? Smile is extremely important. Extremely important. If you're walking the street and I'm standing there giving a flyer, would you want to stop someone who's doing this? No. You'll be warm towards that. Because, people have a long, people in London, again, Leicester Square as an example, because we go there regularly.
Yes. People
have worked hard since, some of these people wake up at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. And they work hard all day, provided their families.
Yes.
And then they go home and then they're walking past. The last person they want to speak to is someone with a moody face, with a slouched look, and thrusting the fly in their face.
Grumpy,
But we don't want to do that. We're Muslim, we're friendly, we're naturally friendly, subhanAllah. And we have a prophetic hadith which is smile, because it's...
the Prophet ﷺ told us to smile, right?
Yeah, because it's sunnah. Smile, and smile is a charity.
Yes, smile.
Well, there you go. Smile. So you're using dawah, getting all the dawah, and you're giving charity as well. Smile. Same time, mashallah. There we go. Alhamdulillah, we came across something. The other thing, boss, is your body language should be open and eager. So again, as opposed to being slouched, so if you were coming towards me, if I did this and push you away and go on, and that's one thing,
It's very negative.
Well, I always use this example. We're not Evening Standard distributors.
Okay.
We're not Metro distributors. We're not London Light. Right. That's going back now, isn't it? London Light. Because what they used to, do you remember London Light?
No, I don't remember London Light.
Some people do. Okay, show my age. If you're the same age as me. Anyway.
Right.
Okay, so director sub. Okay, so so we're not here distributing, because if the job was to distribute flyers, which sometimes we have to.
Yes.
Sometimes, again, this is a niyyah check. Although we're eager, we've learned knowledge, and we've done some dawah training, and we're eager to give knowledge. Some days, sometimes you will be just giving out flyers, and I'm sure you've been in that situation as well. Yeah.
Especially where there's a lot of foot flow. There may be an event, like a sporting event. People are traveling to and from, so they don't have time for a conversation. So what you do is you give them a flyer, you give them material so that they can read it in their own time. So
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
times when you're
yeah,
doing that.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So you want to have, when someone's coming to us, we're not going to give out a lot of leaflets as if we're on a target. So
Right,
like, oh
yes,
yeah,
yes.
I've got 15 leaflets. Oh man, 15 good. No, you're not doing that. The whole point is you want to engage in dawah
Engage in
and
conversation,
hopefully
yes.
stop them and chat. So as opposed to being grumpy, you should be lively and open. How are you doing? You all right?
Yes.
How's life? You good? Yeah.
I'm good,
Excellent.
yes.
What do you think? Nice.
Brilliant.
Nice
This is
colour, yeah?
nice. Yeah.
Matches your suit. There you
matches
go.
your
He
top.
knows. Mashallah. So open stance, open body language, positive body language, that
Right.
kind of thing. Also, the other thing I want you, the da'is to be, inshallah, is look enthusiastic. Yes. Now, this is another point I want to just, it's a slight nuance point. Some brothers may be thinking, look, this is a serious issue. And of course it is, because we're here as warners.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
prophetic mission is a warning to mankind that if we don't think and ponder upon on earth about Allah, about existence, and if we don't accept Islam or follow Islam properly, we could be in trouble in the hereafter, as is warned by the Quran. And it is a serious issue. The point is, bro, the initiation and humor and that kind of thing is for the person to actually get them to stop and chat so you can get to that level of seriousness. So you enter seriousness via humor. You
Right.
enter the serious topic via a bit of joking around, via a bit of banter. That's the
Right.
whole point. Because as you'll see, and brothers and sisters might experience this, we want to give them a serious, passionate da'wah to Islam, of course. And you're going to talk about death. You're going to talk about Allah. You're about very serious issue. Of course you are. This is da'wah.
Of course.
We're not here to invite the comedy, but the entry point, the initiation has to be a bit comedy, has to be warm, has to be someone who's, we have to kind of entertain them into a conversation. That's the whole
Right.
point. So hopefully some brothers and sisters will understand that point.
And that's
Yeah.
interesting because we see a lot of dawah happening across the world, across the UK,
Yeah.
and a lot of the times, to use this expression, it's dry.
Yeah.
It's dry because there's no
Yeah.
sort of enthusiasm. People ain't smiling. They're not using these techniques. And what's interesting is, like, I just want to go back to your story of the master stopper.
Yes, the master stopper,
It's because what's really interesting is when we went out and we give dawah, a lot of the times we see these, what they're known as charity checkers, right?
Yes, charity huggers,
Charity huggers,
not
right?
muggers.
Or muggers.
That was a little plug-in for charity friends out there. And you're gone.
Right, so the point is
Yeah.
that if you see them on the street, they have all of these characteristics, but they're really good at engaging people. They're not shy.
Very lively,
very
happy,
charismatic.
bubbly, enthusiastic.
Yes,
Yeah,
enthusiastic. And you see that, and like that, that sort of engages people. They stop,
Yeah.
they smile, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
So how do you develop that? Like, obviously you've given us a few tips, but what are the good techniques, when it comes to...
have some patience, my son. We're going to come to that.
Oh, wow.
So,
before we do that,
yes.
if you just joined the live stream, please make sure you share the video. Go down to the bottom. Make sure you invite your friends. Today's topic, we're talking about initiation, and we're going to be going into Aira's methodology of giving dawah, which is the go wrap, and that's going to be really interesting. And also what I want to do is maybe at this point, maybe engage with the viewers that are watching. So if you have any comments, any questions, any examples of initiation, if you have anything ready, this is an interactive show.
Yeah.
We want you guys to get involved. We're not here just to, like you said, entertain you. We want to, educate you, get involved, and be involved in dawah and get the reward of doing dawah.
Are we getting comments, brothers? Any questions, comments?
Any comments? Any questions? Okay. They're just looking for it, inshallah.
Okay, we can continue, inshallah. No problem.
Inshallah. And also maybe let us know where you're viewing in from.
I also, in the comments, if you're understanding what we're saying, and if you don't understand what we're saying, sometimes we rush what we're saying, please help, let us know. We'll answer it later after the show as well, inshallah. Because some of these points, it takes time to understand. It took me time as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So just 2 points on the do's of flyer distribution, and then we move to the next bit, which is how to maybe stop someone.
Yes.
Yeah? This point is basically, Salahuddin, that when someone's coming towards you, we're not going to be silent, we're not mute.
Okay.
Allah has given us a mouth.
Yes.
Allah has given us intelligence. We have words. We can talk. So when they are coming past you, if they maybe just say, even for the people who are, for example, starting off a street dawah, it's their first time.
Yes.
Even just a hello, how you doing? So you're walking past, hello, how's it going? You're right, good morning.
I'm good.
Yeah. And then another one would be, hi, how's it going?
Yeah, brilliant.
Good. There's a nice little leaf for you.
Thanks.
You could do that. That's fine. Although I wouldn't recommend it. It's not my style because it's a bit boring for me. But you could say something. Wow, you look like a kind of guy that definitely wants this flyer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
or another one could be, and remember, brothers, it's bit cheekiness, bit of banter, it works. You can say, oh, by the way, we produced this flyer just for you.
No
Excellent.
way.
There you go, you're the perfect person.
Wow.
There you go. Make them feel special. So the whole point is always give them some words, even as minimum is good morning,
Right,
even as
right,
good.
right.
I know you're in a rush, but here's a quick flyer.
Right.
So there are, there's different styles. Sometimes brothers just want to give flyers and that's it. That's fine, especially when you're starting off the dawah, when you're first time
Building up
when you're building confidence. Inshallah, you want to be regular. But when you're starting off, you can be just give flyers out. That's it for 2 hours,
yep.
and then go home. But for those who are a bit more advanced, who've been doing dawah stores, because I'm sure many brothers who are watching have been doing dawah stores for years, mashallah.
Yes,
in the UK,
absolutely.
in India, in what other countries we're in, Drew?
Yeah, we're all across the 6 continents. Africa, Australia,
Okay,
America.
mashallah. Yes.
And so dawah is about conveying the call.
Yeah.
Ayera, what we're doing is we're advancing the prophetic mission. Right, and like you said, that's about having conversations, and talking, opening your mouth. So that's
open your mouth and not mumbling.
Yes.
Nothing.
Okay.
What's that? Jesus. So
Right,
be
right.
clear. I have a leaflet about Jesus. Ask me. We believe in Jesus. Ask me why. Be very clear. So make sure they hear what you're saying as well. So a lot of time we just want to get it done with. It's that hope. That's one thing the brothers and sisters do. They have this hope that okay, I'm going to give a flyer. I'll say a couple of things and I hope they'll understand it. Or I'll hope they'll get the concept. No, you have to be very clear and precise and be loud and proud and enthusiastic in your words, inshallah. So that's the last point on don'ts. Yes.
We have a question?
Don't have confidence to go out and give street dawah, but how do I start talking to my friends and people around me?
Okay, that's a really good question. So
Okay.
the question is, basically, don't have confidence, right, to go out there to give street dawah, but maybe I want to just get into conversations with people that I know, my friends, my work colleagues, my neighbors. How do you address that? Where do you begin?
Okay, brothers and sisters, this question, I've been asked this question before, and this could maybe apply to sisters more because in certain situations, a lot of situations, sisters cannot do street dawah, although they want to do it, mashallah, and hopefully you get rewarded just for having that intention to go out. I think the mindset in your mind, the mindset should be that this dawah, and the reason this is why we're in the dawah, inshallah. That we want to save ourselves and everyone else, that includes family, friends, neighbors, the world, humanity, every single person from the fire that is burning. That is the whole point. There's actually a fire that's burning in Jahannam. Allah has created it, it exists, and we want to save as much as possible.
So what you're saying is that you have care and concern about everyone around us, right? Just like we have care and concern.
There should be a burning desire inside of you. And when you have this burning desire, that pushes you to give dawah to every single person you interact with.
Right.
Dawah is for everyone. I would say that dawah is for your brother, your sister, your mother, although with the parents, that's a different topic. You have to be a bit nuanced, a bit more respectful. You're not giving them dawah, you've got to kind of have a chat with them. I don't call anyone with elders, parents, and I've actually done a whole series on this online, on blogging, giving dawah to family and parents, because this complains a lot. A lot of brothers and sisters, when they start practicing, especially trying to give dawah to parents, I'm going to say my dad and tell him what to do. Yes. No, you don't tell your dad what to do. I'm telling you that now, yeah? You have a chat with them. So it's very different. You don't even use the word dawah with your parents. So dad, I'm about to give dawah to you. No, never, absolutely never. So anyone, dad or mom or older, you don't use the dawah, you're having a chat with them, you got to change your style a bit.
Okay.
But everyone else,
Yes.
your brother, your sister, your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, your university colleagues, even that shopkeeper down the road who you buy a newspaper or milk, even the lady, the checkout person, any human that you come in contact with, give them something. It doesn't have to be a whole conversation, give them something.
So what would you give them?
Well, we have mashallah dawah training online.
Yes.
We have videos, we have short videos, we have long videos on different topics of Islam. But I would also say as an initiation into dawah training, I would advise this little tip is there's some amazing YouTube videos. For example, there's the Merciful Servant, there's amazing videos, mashallah. And somebody, when you watch a video, I don't know if this happens to you, bro. You watch a short video, 4 or 5 minutes, on Facebook now and then YouTube. And some videos, oh, mashallah, very nice video, very nicely done. Some videos you like, jaw dropping, like the throne of Allah. Have you seen that? The Merciful Servant, the throne of Allah.
I saw that.
You watch that video, it just blows your mind, subhanAllah. The video's gone mind blowing. That wow moment, that subhanAllah moment which you have, you need to capture that and share that with another human being.
So what you're saying is that maybe share some information and then go back to them and have a discussion about it.
Yeah, have a passion about it. Say, look, I need to tell you this.
Right.
Sit down. So that's one way. The other ways are food and drink is a very, very good way of getting to
All right,
people's
food and
hearts.
drink, yeah.
You got to offer them, look, I want to buy you coffee. Don't even say I want to, in your head, your plan is to give them dawah.
Right.
Very subtle. But offer friends, listen, what are you doing next week, next Tuesday? Okay, let's go have a coffee. And then that will give you 7 days to prepare, what to say to them. Maybe look at the notes, maybe look at IRA website, ira.org, maybe the Facebook page, maybe the IRA YouTube channel. There's a lot of content there. We've got, mashallah, a lot of contents. We've got the old shows as well, which covers a lot of topics, mashallah, which you've done, which Imran's done. So there's a lot of content. You have to go there, access that. You've got a whole week, and then when you have that coffee with the friends, just let it all out. Get it all out with your friends and family. So, okay.
So, any more comments? Anything to share? Nothing? Okay, so maybe we wrap up this session in terms of the actual initiation. So, do you have examples of the ones that you really liked? What are your favorite sort of initiation?
Brothers and sisters, I would say that when you're on the streets of London, because everyone's busy, because you could argue no one's interested in religion in this day and age. People want entertained. We go to Leicester Square. What do you see? You see, you see
entertainers,
musicians, jugglers. You see the juggler? I don't know. That just came to mind. Anyway, but entertainers, entertainers, face painting, painters, that kind of thing. People, and they get crowds and crowds.
Yeah, it draws a crowd.
Who wants to chat to a religious person? Who wants a serious chat on a 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon?
No one wants to be preached to.
Nobody wants to preach to.
Yeah.
So, and plus, there's other people of other religions that preach in such a manner that if they see you, they'll think, oh, this is just another crazy preacher. Yeah. So I would say bring banter in this. Banter. So what I mean by banter is joke around with people, give them compliments.
Okay.
So for example, you would be absolutely perfect if you're walking from a distance.
Right.
And that's the other thing. But try and catch someone from a distance. When you're looking at a crowd, don't try and stop every single person because you're going to go crazy. Especially in London, especially in crowded cities. Do not try and stop. Oh, hello, excuse me. Hello, excuse me. No, you're going to go mad. You're going to get tired, and you're demotivated, and you won't come back to the house again.
No focus as well.
You have no focus. What I would advise is pick someone from the crowd for 20, 30 yards down, as your eyes can see.
Right.
Or try and point at someone. Or I don't know if you've seen this. I actually wave at someone.
You wave.
So someone comes up, and they'll literally go, me? I go, yeah, you. And they'll say, what? Why me? Because you're amazing.
Wow.
Or I would say, they'll say, if you say, why me?
Why me?
Why me? Because look at that suit, bro. And brothers, the compliment has to be genuine. Look at that suit. No, you've got to be genuine about it. So find something you like. And, in London, again, in busy cities, take your pick. Take your time, take your picks. Actually, genuinely, if you like suits, find someone with a nice suit. If you like t-shirts, find someone with a nice t-shirt. In London, in the summer, they have a lot of messages on their t-shirt. Read the message. And sometimes people don't know what they got on. So, for example, this one, it says, Jesus, blessed by God. If I said, oh, you're Jesus, blessed by God. What are you on about? Oh, what? Yeah,
what's interesting about this point is that, especially in the age that we're living in, people actually spend a lot of time deciding what to wear every day, right? And what's interesting is most people never get complimented, right? No one tells them, oh, that's a nice shirt you're wearing, or that's a nice pair.
I made a career out of complimenting people.
And they really appreciate that, right? They really appreciate that. So, flattery does work.
No, people, I say as da'is, people crave attention. As da'is, we will give them that attention they crave for. We will give it to them. And when they're walking towards you, always pick out the guy with a really nice suit. Because if you just say, so if you're walking and say, hi, can I have a chat? Yeah, whatever. Yeah? Or if you go back again, you say, hi, how are you? Can you talk about Islam? No? Okay. So you can't. But if I say, remember, in their mind, brothers, in their mind, they got to get home.
Right.
They got to go to Sainsbury's, get shopping.
Yes.
They got a date.
Yeah,
they're late for a date. Yeah, they've got to gamble their life away. They've got to do all this nonsense. Yeah, so they got a lot on their mind, a lot on their plate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we need to get into that mindset, and the way to do it is, shock them, surprise them. That's all. They will never expect a religious guy, especially a Muslim, and this is one of our downfalls, to be happy, bubbly, and to give them a compliment. It will completely give them a paradigm shift. They go, wow, and they might even talk about it in the pub with their friend. Mate, this bearded Muslim guy. He gave me a comment. He said I had a nice suit. He'd be surprised, shocked. So hopefully that will make him think.
Yeah.
So there's multiple things.
I'm really excited about this because these are really some good tips.
Yeah.
We need to go out there, put them into practice. And
Yes.
I'm sure the guys that are watching, make sure you use these things that
Inshallah,
we're talking
inshallah.
about today. Inshallah.
Hopefully we were discussing that maybe at some point, if Allah allows, bidnillah, in the new exciting campaign which you're going to mention in a minute, we can do some street.
Yes.
Are you going to mention? I don't
I'm
know.
gonna
Okay. Or we
mention
keep it a
it briefly.
surprise.
Yes.
It depends. So we can actually do a practical implementation of this thing. Okay, that's it.
So basically, what we're going to be talking about next week is we're going to be going into the actual methodology, IERA's trademark methodology for giving da'wah, which is GoRap. Right. So what I want to do is I want to get you guys involved. I want you to get involved in this process. What does the GoRap stand for? So before you mention it, right, you guys out there that are watching, what does the GoRap stand for?
Let's have some comments. What does GoRap stand for?
So if you know, if you've been on the training, put in some comments, see what you think. If you know what the GoRap stands for, type it in and we'll read out the comments because it's very important. It's all good and well. Yeah, you spoke about initiation and stopping people, but now you've stopped someone.
And we only touched upon it, by the way. It's still an expansive subject. So
we can go into a lot more detail.
Yeah, inshallah.
But inshallah, these tips that we've discussed, inshallah, they'll be of use. But now you stopped me. What are you going to be speaking about?
Well, first I want to shake your hand.
Right.
And I'll say that's an amazing handshake. Do you know what? That's probably the best handshake I've had today.
Really? Wow.
Seriously,
Wow.
man. And what cream do you use? Okay, now you're going too much. But that's what I do. This is humor. I really, really want to win them over. I want to make them smile. The objective is to make them laugh, if not make them smile, so we can prepare the heart for a serious discussion. That's the whole point. That's my style. So yeah. So then I'll say, for example, so if this is a Jesus campaign, I'll say, so basically, I'll say, thanks for stopping, by the way. I know you're in a rush. You got a couple of minutes, is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Got 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Hour?
Not
3
an hour.
hours? No, I'm only joking, fella. Okay. Basically, my name's نديم, and I'm here. Basically, I want to give you this flyer, and I'll have your opinions on this. And we'll talk about Jesus. And as you can see, the title is actually very provocative, and it's very in your face and very bold. What's your opinion about this? So, do you have an opinion about Jesus?
Wow, yeah, this is interesting because
yeah, you're confused, right?
And then you're Muslim.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's what that's all about.
So that's an example, right?
Yeah.
Of what. But what we're going to be talking about is once you've started the conversation, how do you then direct it to da'wah?
Yeah.
How do you go into then speaking about the message
Yes.
of Tawheed,
Yeah.
inshallah? So do we have any comments, any
So
ideas when it comes to what we'll be speaking about?
Yes, Mr. Ayub.
Muhammad Wahid says, does G stand for God?
Brilliant. G does stand for God. So we've got the first part of the GoRap, which is God's existence. So who can move it along and go into the rest of it, which is the O, the R, the A, and the P. So any more comments?
He asks, is our reason?
Ooh, is our reason
It's not bad.
close?
It's not bad.
That's a
not
good-
bad guess.
Good guess, inshallah.
But that's the wrong answer, I'm afraid.
That's the wrong answer. So, what's so before without even going into the sort of details of the GoRap,
Yeah.
what's so good about the GoRap?
I think for me, if I speak from a personal angle,
Yes.
because a lot of us have a lot of information coming in our heads
Yes.
through videos, through books, through courses, through halakats, through tafsir, to whatever we're studying, inshallah.
Yes.
And Islam is huge. Islam is massive. All parts of Islam are enough to impress any human being
Yes.
because it's the truth.
Yes.
Yeah? But what God it guides you in a structured way how to talk about Islam, especially the intellectual foundation of Islam,
Wow.
which is profound, which is solid, which is it can inspire anybody who listens to it. So Go Up is for me is a very good structured way of starting conversation. Of course, Go Up is one of the ways. It's not the only means,
Yes.
but it's there as a guide, as a good start. It's worked for many brothers and sisters. It's actually by the mercy of Allah brought in shahadas just to go up. Yeah, subhanAllah.
It's phenomenal because
Yeah.
this
People accept Islam.
methodology that's been developed, by experienced du'as such
Yeah.
as Abdul Rahim Green, Hamza Zutsif, Yusuf Chambers. People have been using this methodology for a number of years across the world, and it's effective.
yeah.
People have come to Islam. This has helped to plant seeds.
Yeah.
And what's great about it is, there's many Muslims around the world, and they're motivated to do something for the Deen. And they know Islam is the truth, but they don't know how to articulate that, right? In a correct way.
That's,
and this
that's the key word. Yeah,
and this is
articulate,
what GoRap does. So I think we have another comment. Brother.
Oh, yes.
Daniel goes, is our revelation?
Oh, is revelation.
Well done, Daniel.
Correct.
You get a dua from me.
Alhamdulillah. Brilliant. So we've got the G, God's existence. We've got the R, which is revelation. So we're missing the O and the A and the P. So
Yes.
if you're still watching,
One was an easy one.
comment.
Yeah.
Inshallah, let us know what is the GoRap methodology.
The A will really surprise you, but anyway.
So, any more comments?
We have a winner.
Oh, we have a winner.
I didn't know this was a competition, but anyway. Yeah.
Shiraz says,
Shiraz bhai.
oneness, revelation, and prophet.
Brilliant,
mashallah.
mashallah.
Thank you, Shiraz. You supported the rest of us,
Is
but
that
alhamdulillah,
Brother
fine.
Shiraz
Alhamdulillah.
from Wembley.
Come on.
Yes, this is our brother from Wembley, mashallah.
Mashallah.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Hope you're doing
Did
well.
Shiraz, did he tune in from the beginning and has he understood some of the points we
I
went through?
think he's actually one of our experienced du'as,
Ah,
mashallah.
mashallah.
So he's doing
Okay.
a lot of da'wah, yeah. So, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
So this is good. So this is the go wrap, right? And this
Yeah.
is what we're going to be speaking about: God's existence, oneness, revelation, and prophethood. And actually, we are developing the A. So instead of just saying and,
It'd be more than just an and.
afterlife.
Oh,
Afterlife,
I
right?
like
So
it.
you were speaking about that
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
what the go wrap is, and that's what we've been speaking about today. We've been speaking about initiation,
Yeah.
initiating conversations. We've introduced the go wrap, Aira's methodology when it comes to conveying the course. So maybe just give a quick summary of
Okay.
initiation before we end the show, and then maybe we can just before we end just share some things that are coming up with Aira, inshallah.
Okay, so we covered the do's and don'ts of giving a flyer.
Yep.
The don'ts are: do not look negative body language.
Yes.
Do not look boring. Do not look
Yes.
dead on the streets. Look lively. Look happy. Smile all the
Smile.
time. Be active. The other thing is try and walk around as well.
Okay.
One of the brothers I spoke to last time in Brixton with the dawah, he stood there and giving out like this,
No way.
like a rope. So I said, walk around. Just walking
Yeah.
around here and there, it gives you a bit of energy,
Okay.
and it actually also helps you. And this is another tip for street du'at around the world: is when you have to do a long campaign. Some of our campaigns are 6-7 hours long, like you made us do in last week. 6-7 hours long, mashallah. May Allah accept it. And this is what we do. We strive in the path of Allah. Is you get tired, and you get more tired if you stand still.
Right.
If you move around, and we do the fundraising days, just move around here, not crazily move around, but just a few there, you let the blood circulate in your legs,
Okay.
rather than just standing there for 6 hours. You get more tired like that.
Right.
So move around, you'll feel good physically, and it shows a bit of dynamism to the people. We also covered how to start a conversation. Compliments is a key thing, and by the way, just a quick note, brothers complimenting men only, please, yeah? We don't want to get complaints afterwards, yeah? And sisters, du'at, if you're, whichever field of dawah you'll be in, maybe a university campus dawah, maybe like a festival or conference, you can by all means give a compliment sister, make the sisters feel good, and then start the conversation. But yeah, guys, brothers, give compliment only to guys.
So let's keep it halal, yeah?
Keep it halal, suits, clothing, that kind of thing. Make it genuine as possible. Don't just say, another way of don't say, nice suit. Anyway, we'll live on. What's that? You've got to say, that is
genuine, yeah.
I mean, I go, that's a nice suit. I say, wow, man, is that you, boss? Bruv, man, come on. I really get impressed.
Wow.
You got to do that. You got to be really genuine, yeah? You can't just say,
Brilliant.
yeah, nice suit. Yeah. That's sarcasm. So yeah, so those are kind of things. But like you mentioned, initiation is a big topic.
Yes.
And like Sabu put it on me, I'm writing a booklet of sorts on this. Inshallah,
brilliant.
make dua that I can do this at some point, which brothers and sisters can benefit. And maybe some videos on this as well.
Inshallah. So just a
Should we,
So that was initiation. Then we introduced the go wrap, which is Aira's methodology. We said go wrap stands for God's existence, oneness, revelation, and prophethood. So we're going to be going through that in the future weeks, starting with next week,
Yes.
where we're going to be speaking about God's existence.
Yes.
Inshallah. So make sure you tune in, share this video, inshallah. And just before we end, just share a few things about what's coming up and what we've just released in Aira. So if you go to the website, we've just released the prophetic post for this month, inshallah. So we've shared, what we've been doing for the last month, including the Easter campaign that we did, speaking about Isa alayhi salam. And we did this not just in the UK, but it's global. So you can see the action from across the world, and other bits and pieces there. And also, just to announce, yes.
Also, just before the announce, I also want to say, to make this Facebook Live session more productive, more beneficial.
Yes.
Now that we introduced the topic, we told you what's forthcoming next week, and it'll be around the same time, between 5 and 6 p.m. UK time. Have your questions ready before then, because that will make it so whatever questions, even better, and more advanced, if you're really eager, start talking about God with people and see what contentions they have. So then, when you come in next week, you can be ready and we can answer those questions.
Brilliant, that's great. I like that.
To make it more
So we're going to be speaking
interactive.
about God's existence. Of if you have friends that don't believe in God or are agnostic in nature, they're not sure, or they have a different understanding.
Tell them what you know so far.
Yeah, tell them what you know.
And next week you can build it, inshallah.
Build it, get it ready. If you have questions, have them ready. How do you articulate that Allah exists or God exists, right? So that's for next week. And going before we end the show, I
Yes.
just want to announce that IRA have a huge Ramadan Dawah campaign.
Oh,
I
hello.
have announced, mentioned it in last week's show. I'm not going to
Inshallah.
mention what it is today, but look out for next week because
Basically, it's I'm not gonna-
almost.
no, I won't.
We're going live with it next week, so we'll be sharing some of the
inshallah.
designs, some of the books, and it's going to be huge, inshallah.
And everyone can get involved with that.
Yeah, so we want all of you to get involved, inshallah. And remember, Ramadan is just a few weeks away.
Yeah.
It's the month of mercy, month of, accumulating as many good deeds. There's so much multiple reward. So make sure you get involved. So
Yes.
I think we'll wrap it up
Yeah,
for
we could
today,
talk the
inshallah.
talk, but let's walk the walk as well,
Inshallah.
inshallah.
So, Jazakallah khairan, inshallah. So what we're
I
going to
don't
be
know what you're
doing
on
is we're going to introduce a video at the end of the show that gives you an example
Oh,
of
okay.
Nadim's great work when it comes to initiating,
May
so you
Allah
guys
accept.
can get a taste, an example, inshallah. And this was
Which
a
video is
really
that?
good-
Oh, the one
good-
in Ilford.
I'm not sure which one it is, but it's going to be good, and this can give you a taste of like real street initiation, right? Because this is what we're about. We want to teach you to get involved and share the message of Islam. So Jazakallah khairan for attending today's show.
Barakallah feek, brothers and sisters.
Make sure you share the video so people can benefit from this and make dua for us. So
Assalamu
next
alaikum
time.
from me, assalamu alaikum from him.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. So this is the best way of giving da'wah on the streets of London in Essex. Here we go. Let me show you how it's done. How you doing, fella? You alright? Because you got a nice jacket, can we chat? You've got to have a bit of banter, got a bit of humour. I think the people need to know that Muslims are very friendly people. They can also be cheeky. They can be happy. They can be happy-go-lucky. They can be bubbly. This is what's needed. Because if we can show that, then they won't be afraid to talk to us. They're not going to think, oh, we're aggressive Muslims. They're going to think they're very friendly. So even if they don't chat, they take a booklet and they'll be happy about it. So for example, these lovely guys, how you doing, fella? You alright? Bro, you're looking very smart. Are you going to a wedding?
I am, I know I am.
Listen, let's talk about smart. About life.
I have my own life.
Well, tell me about it. I want to know. Teach me. Have a nice day. No problem. I was wondering about something. I was wondering. Can we share the wonder? A free gift. Tofa. Whatever. Oh, here he is. You alright, fella? So how you doing, brother? Are you in a massive rush? Yeah. Same here. But I'll still make time for you. How you doing, guys? You alright? Are you in a rush?
Sir?
Are you in a rush?
No.
Okay, talk. Let's chat.
No.
No problem. So yeah, big smiles all around. How you doing, fella? You alright? Do you support Arsenal, Tottenham, Man U? You're not into football? Okay, no problem. I understand. So you seem like a very friendly person. Apparently there's a lack of friendly people in this world. Can we have a quick chat? At what time? Okay, have a nice day, no problem. Here he is. Brother, can we talk about prams? No, okay, I understand, no problem. I understand. Bro, you look cold, man. It's freezing. I won't make you long, just 5 hours. No English. English reading? Can you read? Life, God, Islam? No, okay. Have no. That was my message. That was it. Can I give you a booklet, madam? It's actually free. Or £10. Okay, no problem. Have a nice day. The key thing is banter. I think there should be more banter, especially in street dawah. It will help the Muslim brothers who are involved in dawah in terms of longevity, continue dawah, because they can become very tedious and boring. And it also make the people aware that street dawah, that people, the Muslims, when they're in the city centre, the town centre, they're very happy, jovial, bubbly people. And that's it, inshallah. How you doing? You right? Can I give you a... You can put it in your suitcase.